Your Ford can look completely switched off, locked, and silent, while one small module is still awake behind the dashboard, slowly draining the battery. In this video, we are tracing a phantom power leak through the SYNC system, starting at the APIM, following it through the gateway module, and finding out why the vehicle never reaches deep sleep. The battery is not weak. The alternator is not the problem. The car is refusing to shut down properly, and after 48 hours of parking, the AGM battery can be completely dead. You drive the vehicle normally, it starts without hesitation, the battery warning light is off, and the charging voltage looks fine. You park at night, lock the doors, and walk away. Then, 1 or 2 days later, you come back and nothing happens. The dashboard may flicker, the starter may click once, or the vehicle may be completely dead. The first reaction is usually to blame the battery. So the battery is charged, tested, or replaced. For a few days, everything looks normal. Then the same problem comes back. This is where the real diagnosis begins. A healthy vehicle should not keep consuming a large amount of power after it is parked. Some modules stay awake for a short time after the ignition is switched off. That is normal. The vehicle may save information, check door status, finish communication between modules, and prepare the security system. After that, the network should go quiet. The modules should enter sleep mode, and the electrical draw should drop to a very low level. But in this Ford, that final step never happens. The infotainment screen appears to turn off, but the APIM, the main module behind the SYNC system, keeps communicating. It sends a message, waits for a response, receives another message, and starts the process again. This creates a software handshake loop. The screen may be black, but the module is not asleep. Because the APIM communicates through the vehicle network, it can keep other modules awake too. The gateway continues passing messages, internal processors remain powered, and the vehicle never reaches its lowest power state. That small difference can drain a battery very quickly. To prove it, we begin with a parasitic draw test. The battery must be fully charged. The doors must appear closed. The hood latch may need to be manually closed, and the key must be moved far enough away so the passive entry system does not keep waking up. Then the current is measured at the battery. At first, the reading may be high. That is expected because the vehicle has just been disturbed and several modules are awake. The important part is what happens next. We wait. 10 minutes pass. Then 20. Then 30. On a normal vehicle, the draw should continue falling as each module goes to sleep. But this Ford behaves differently. The draw drops for a moment, then rises again. It settles, spikes, settles again, and repeats the same pattern. That repeating current pattern is the clue. Something is waking the network again and again. Pulling random fuses can create fresh wake-up events and confuse the test. A better approach is to follow the communication path. We begin with the APIM. The APIM controls the SYNC screen, phone connection, navigation, audio, and several vehicle settings. Even when the screen is dark, the module may still have battery power. Normally, it should finish its final tasks and enter deep sleep. But if the software is corrupted, an update is incomplete, a connected device keeps requesting communication, or the module has an internal fault, it may never complete the shutdown process. In this case, the data activity shows that the APIM is still talking long after the vehicle should be asleep. When power to the APIM is removed, the repeated current spikes stop. The network becomes quiet. After the normal shutdown delay, the battery draw finally falls to a safe level. That is strong evidence. But why can one infotainment module affect the whole vehicle? This is where the gateway module becomes important. Modern Fords use several communication networks. Different modules operate on different sections, and the gateway acts like a traffic controller between them. If the APIM keeps sending messages, the gateway may continue forwarding them or waiting for the communication cycle to finish. The gateway does not know the driver expects the vehicle to be asleep. It only knows that valid network activity is still taking place. As long as that activity continues, other modules may remain in standby instead of deep sleep. You may notice strange symptoms before the battery dies. The radio may take longer to shut down. The screen may reboot by itself. Bluetooth may connect when nobody is inside. The USB ports may stay powered. You may hear a faint click from the dashboard after parking, or receive a low battery warning even though the battery is fairly new. Sometimes the SYNC screen shows no obvious fault at all. That is what makes this issue difficult. A normal scan may not show a clear trouble code. The APIM can still respond to a diagnostic tool, and the screen may work perfectly while driving. The failure only appears during shutdown. and most technicians do not watch the vehicle for 40 minutes after locking it. AGM batteries can handle high electrical demand, but they are not designed to be deeply discharged again and again. Repeated drainage reduces their capacity, which is why replacing the battery without fixing the draw only hides the problem. The new battery may last longer, but eventually it fails too. There are several possible causes behind this shutdown loop. One cause is outdated or interrupted APIM software. The system may work normally while driving, but fail during the final sleep sequence. A damaged cable, USB drive, wireless adapter, dash camera, paired phone, modem, or aftermarket accessory may also keep the module active. The APIM itself can fail because of damaged memory, heat, or an internal power circuit that will not shut down. But the APIM is not always the original cause. Another module may send the first wake-up message, so the network must be tested before any part is replaced. A professional repair should begin with a full battery test. The battery must be charged and tested under load. A weak battery can create false symptoms because low voltage makes modules reset and reconnect. The charging system should also be checked. Once the power supply is confirmed, the vehicle should be scanned for codes in every module, not only the engine computer. The technician should then check for software updates, inspect APIM power and ground circuits, disconnect unnecessary accessories, and repeat the sleep test. If the draw disappears after the APIM is isolated, the repair may involve a software update, module reset, configuration restore, or APIM replacement, depending on the results. But there is an important warning. Do not disconnect the battery and assume the problem is fixed. A battery disconnect can reset the module and temporarily stop the loop. The vehicle may sleep normally for one night, or even several days. That does not prove the fault is gone. The real test is whether the vehicle enters deep sleep repeatedly after normal driving, phone connection, remote locking, door opening, and several ignition cycles. The current draw must stay low every time. Another mistake is fitting a larger battery. A larger battery gives the problem more time, but it does not remove the drain. A battery maintainer can prevent a no-start condition, but it treats only the result. Before visiting a workshop, remove USB devices, charging cables, and aftermarket accessories. Delete old phones from SYNC, and watch for screen reboots or delayed shutdown. If the battery keeps dying, ask for a proper key-off current test after the vehicle has completed its full sleep period. Do not accept a quick battery replacement as the final answer unless the parasitic draw has also been checked. The most important part of this diagnosis is patience. The problem does not happen while the engine is running. It happens after everyone walks away. The screen goes black. The lights go out. The doors lock. Everything looks normal. But inside the dashboard, the APIM sends one more message. The gateway responds. The network wakes again, and the battery pays for every cycle. So if your Ford keeps killing batteries after 1 or 2 days of parking, do not assume the battery is the real problem. The battery may only be the victim. The true fault could be a SYNC module that never enters deep sleep, a gateway that keeps passing messages, or a software loop that prevents the vehicle from fully shutting down. The correct repair is not guessing, and it is not replacing parts until the problem disappears. The correct repair is proving the draw, watching the network, isolating the module, and confirming that the vehicle finally goes to sleep. Because when a Ford is parked, locked, and silent, it should actually be off. And if it is not, the next dead battery is only a matter of time.